Scary story number 2. Title: Spa and Massage. Story begins. I work at a spa and massage place down in the town plaza where I usually work the later shifts from 2 to 9 p.m. These shifts tend to be busier during the afternoon, but after 6 o'clock, it starts to slow down until it's time to close for the night. The clients I get are pretty normal and ask simple requests that I don't mind doing, like working more on the specific area that needs more attention, or massaging them while facing up first instead of facing down first. Of course, there have been some that try to get more out of me, like the special services that you hear about at massage parlors that have neon signs outside. There's this one client that comes in just about every week at 8 o'clock, walking in with the smell of alcohol on his breath, while also smelling like he bathes in the trash can. The client was an older man, most likely in the 70s or 80s, with yellow teeth, so yellow that they almost gave off an orange hue around them. He is hairy like a polar bear with white body hair that covers his chest, back, but not his head, as he barely had any on his head. His eyes were bloodshot red with dark circles around his eyes, which resembled the eyes of a vampire. He would always come in when I was there because I was what he called his girlfriend, and since he is older, I usually just let it slide because I thought he was trying to be funny at first. He went for me because I guess I am considered prettier than the other female providers we offer. I couldn't ignore his request because we have a policy on considering obvious dependencies, allowing them to do whatever they need in order to sit still. This meant that I had to deal with him and how his scent replaced what the massage room by default smelled like. The old man liked to start out with a Swedish massage, mostly doing his back and his legs. As a massage therapist, I don't have an issue with hairier clients, but it does require more oil. Massaging his back felt strange somehow. It felt like I was massaging a very bony dog, since the old man was also thin. The old man every now and then would ask me inappropriate things like what I was talking about earlier with special services. I kept telling him no and to please try to relax. I know what you're thinking. Why do we massage therapists put up with it? The short answer is money. By the end of the massage, the old man wanted acupuncture, a delicate procedure that requires a lot of experience and patience. In his case, it took a lot more needles than the usual. While the old man was covered head to toe, he asked, "You're always touching me. When do I get to return the favor?" I replied to him saying, "Keep dreaming. You're so mean. Someday I will convince you otherwise," said the old man. After I was done covering every inch of his body with needles, I told him not to move and let it soak in for a few minutes. Before I leave, he grabs my breast and I tell him to get your hand off me and repeated to him not to move. He didn't listen as he leaned over off the table and fell where the needles were placed. All you can hear was him screaming and calling me a bitch while there was blood spilling out from his body. Acupuncture needles are so long and thin that they can dig through several inches of flesh, and if they are placed improperly, it could go through the gaps of the bones. I tried to drive out the needles from his body, but it was only making it worse, tearing out the tissue and making the bleeding worse. "Somebody call an ambulance," I yelled, but it was already too late. Since he didn't have a lot of fat and it was all over his body, everything that was vital was punctured, leaving him to die before he knew it. Since then, I no longer work at a spa massage place, and I have tried my best to forget this nightmare that I had to live out. Story ends.